Hello and welcome to Saturday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where today I don't know what we're going to be looking at, but I think it might be something thematic. It's not the puzzle on screen, which everyone should do, by the way. This is called Counting Calories by Marty Sears. I did it on the channel a couple of days ago. It is a total masterpiece. No, I've been sent a link by Mark to open on screen today, which is always exciting for me. But the link... I mean, there's no hiding it. The link is sort of something / happy birthday Simon. So I think this is going to be something related to the fact that it's Simon's birthday today, my birthday. So let's have a look and let's see what we have got. Oh my goodness, happy birthday. I don't know if you can see that on the screen. Happy birthday, Simon. Big chocolate cake. Dear Simon, a special birthday requires a special puzzle. Thank you for bringing all the joy to the people with your wholesome puzzle channel. Have fun solving. Happy birthday, Peter. Is that Peter Venus? I'm going to guess. I don't know. I might have to... There's a puzzle here, obviously. I'm trying to think who else it could be if it's not Peter Venus. Could be Peter C. Hayward? No, it wouldn't be Peter C. Hayward, I don't think. Anyway, we're going to find out which Peter it is, I hope, because if I can launch the puzzle, go to puzzle. So, oh yes, if I click that, it might tell me the name. If it's PjotrV, we know it's Peter Venus. So I've got a puzzle here. I've got a puzzle a day. Whatever that is. I don't know actually even if you can see everything I'm seeing, because this is taking up so much of the screen. I might have to shrink myself when the video comes up. Look, isn't that lovely that somebody has made me a puzzle? I mean, actually, I will tell you, I was making a list before I turned on the webcam of all of the birthday announcements I've got to do today, and so many of you have been so kind and have written in to say happy birthday to me, or have sent me puzzles for my birthday, but Mark has obviously decided that this one takes the biscuit. Anyway, how do I do this then? So I just click this. Do I go to puzzle? Is this going to work? Happy birthday, PjotrV. It is. It's Peter Venus. Oh, it fits on the screen. That's fantastic. That can be a problem sometimes. But that's wonderful. Okay, so this is what we're going to have a go at today. Gosh, Peter, thank you very much for doing this. That is incredibly kind of you. I'm a bit lost for words, actually. I was wondering whether I should read the rules of this, but maybe I should move on to other things. What else do I need to talk about on my birthday? I don't know. Some of you even wrote in and sort of said, what did I want for my birthday? It's just ludicrously... There's some ludicrously kind people out there. And that got me thinking, other than a golf lesson with George Gankus, that would be high up there, but unfortunately George Gankus lives in California. They're not very easy to do. I'd like to be in the same room as Mark Knopfler and Paul Simon when they were playing the guitar. Again, quite difficult to achieve. Yeah, I'm not sure what else. Anyway, let me talk about some of the other messages that we've got today. So Richard Watson, I'll start by saying happy birthday to you. Thank you for sending the puzzle in as well. Mark and I both thought it was very funny. So Richard, happy birthday. Now, I do know that I share my birthday with a couple of people who are just some of the most intelligent people in the world. I'm looking at you, Codec. Thank you for your message earlier, and happy birthday, my friend. Also to my friend Neil Talbot, who probably won't be watching this, but Neil, if you do watch this, happy birthday. Anna, you've turned 30 today, and I know this because your husband Tim wrote to us, and I know it's your husband Tim because you are currently honeymooning, the two of you, in Albania, which is lovely, and apparently Anna has watched almost every video since COVID, That's fantastic. Thank you so much for watching, Anna, and happy 30th birthday. I mean, I wonder how many videos we've done since the start of COVID. It's got to be quite a lot. Cara, it's your birthday down there in Canberra, Australia. I know this because your husband Stephen wrote to us. I hope this isn't too late. I'm not sure, because when this comes out in Australia, I might be a day late and $1 short. So Cara, anyway, happy birthday. David Miller. David is a famous puzzle author, and and David's email, where David wrote in to say could he wish Simon a happy birthday. I think he means me. I'm pretty sure he does, because he was guessing my age, and he said I might be late 20s, early 30s at a push. David is very kind. Anyway, and I will also mention that David has just launched a new Puzzler Pride 2024, showcasing puzzles by LGBTQT+ authors. So I will, if I can, I will put a link to that under the video, so you can check that out. But David, happy birthday, and thank you for your wishes. Next, Ease Bumper Chip. Ease Bumper Chip has turned 14 today, and I want to wish you the best of luck with your graduation, which I know is happening shortly. And thank you for writing us. I know that cracking the cryptic has distracted you from some health problems over the last few months, so I sincerely hope that you are well on the mend, and thank you for writing, and happy birthday, of course. Gavin, down there in Melbourne, you've turned 55 today, and I want to shout out your daughter Marnie as well, who I was tickled pink to learn. I think Marnie is about 10 years old, and Marnie loved the Egypt puzzle hunt. Now, actually, wasn't Peter one of the authors? I might be getting this wrong. We launched the pyramid. You mean the pyramid puzzle hunt, don't you? Which was Panthera, Spartacus, and I think it was PjotrV. It was Peter Venus. It was fabulous. Anyway, it must have been a couple of years ago at least now. But you had to sort of find your way through the pyramid. And I know Marnie drew the maps and things like that. So Marnie, I'm so pleased that you like watching the channel. And Gavin, happy birthday. Now, down there in Spain, I think I am a day late with this one. John, you turned 25. And I know this because your mother, Marcella, wrote to us. So John, I hope you had a good day yesterday. Europa, also yesterday. Oh, I'm bad, aren't I? You turned 21. And thank you for sending the pictures of the kitten that you've rescued as well. They're very cute. Ghost, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And Bruce and your wife, it's your 11th wedding anniversary today. Unfortunately, Bruce, I couldn't solve quickly enough of your cryptic crossword to work out your wife's name. And I feel bad about that. But anyway, Bruce, many happy returns. Now, just to show you that I am a man of my word, I am going to show you a picture of the chocolate cake that I had for my birthday. Now, where is it? Here we go. Now, you know what I advocate? A 1-to-1 ratio between icing and cake. And I think if you study that carefully, you will see that that is exactly what this is. There are enough layers of icing in the middle of this cake that it is suitably sugary. There we go. So that's my chocolate cake. Now, I'm all over the place today, aren't I? Let me think about, is there anything else I'm meant to mention? If you do like the channel, please subscribe. That would be very kind of you. That could be your birthday present to me. And over on Patreon, we've got our Lord of the Rings Sudoku Hunt from Blobs. You must try that if you haven't tried it. It is an absolute treat. That's that you can give yourself a pleasure by a present by having a go at that. And with all that said and done, why don't we have a look at this puzzle by PjotrV and do some solving? It's a puzzle called Happy Birthday Simon, and these are the rules. We have to place the digits 1 to 7 exactly once each in every row and column. A puzzle a day rules apply. A puzzle a day rules apply. I don't know what that means. Place 8 polyominoes an L pentomino, an N pentomino, a P pentomino, a U pentomino, a V pentomino, a Y pentomino, a Z pentomino, and a 2x3 rectangle exactly once in such a way that the cells with grey text in them are visible. The 8, the June, the 6 cells with X in them. Oh, they're the cells with the grey text in them, I see. So the grid spells out 8th of June, Simon's birthday. The polyominoes can be reflected and rotated in any way you want. See also the pictures. The pictures? Oh, right, sorry, is that going to be from what we were just looking at? Let's have a look back here. Oh, okay, it's this. Right, a puzzle a day. Sorry, I didn't pick this up. I don't know if you... Again, I might have to make myself disappear for this bit. So what's this? Oh, right, look. Good grief. Oh, that's fabulous. Does that work? Right, so what I can see is that this a puzzle a day thing here, you have to put these pieces in, and it looks like you can always construct a date. I don't know if that's right, but certainly January the 1st has been constructed here by placing these exact shapes in the grid, so you just get left with the sort of gaps left over. So hang on, how does that relate to what I'm trying to do? Let me just go back to the puzzle again. So the way it relates to this... Okay, so yeah. Right, yes, because there was sort of stuff taken out, wasn't there? Let me just go back again, sorry. Oh no, I'm not going to do it. But I think the bottom of the grid was sort of carved out of that puzzle a day thing. So... Oh, and was June in that position? And 8 in that position? Oh, that would be fabulous if that's right. Let's go back. I've got to have a look, sorry. Yeah, June is there, and 8 is there. And then these bits are carved out of the grid. That's absolutely gorgeous. So Peter has done this incredibly, in an incredibly sort of thematic way. That's a really clever sort of, I don't know, physical puzzle, though. I really like that. And the polyominoes can be reflected and rotated. Okay. Well, there's still quite a lot of rules to read. Each cage is part of a polyomino, and no polyomino can have more than one cage. Each cage. Okay, so they're right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, and there are 8 polyominoes. Okay, that makes sense. This cage can be anywhere in the polyomino. Okay. The small number in the top left of the cage is telling the sum of the digits of that polyomino, and digits can't repeat within a polyomino. Okay, that makes sense. There might be an intentional 3 in the corner, or a secret only to be told to Simon's favourite people hidden in the puzzle, but the 45 is actually a little killer sum. The digits along the pointed diagonal are summing to 45, and digits are allowed to repeat if allowed by the other rules. Right, so we've got a 45 here, which is the sum of these squares, is what we're being told, and there might be an intentional 3 in the corner. There are some cells with oddballs in the puzzle, which have odd digits in it. So those ones have odd digits in them, I think. These are put in because Simon is a bit of an oddball, in the most positive way. An eccentric and exceptional character. Well, you're right. Well, okay. I'm definitely an oddball. I can't deny it. Now enjoy your puzzle and your chocolate cake with iced frosting on it, and the best to you, Peter. Oh, Peter, thank you very much. That's very funny. And I'm intrigued about this. Right, do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. Long introduction today. I hope you'll forgive me. But now I get to play the puzzle. Let's get cracking. So we have to put 8. So right. So each one of these is part of a specific polyomino, but they're all different. So we better colour them, better we? So that one, that one, that one. I might run out of good colours fairly quickly here, but we'll keep going. Purple's a good colour, yellow's a good colour. And is this where I have to... Oh no, I could do light green. I could do light green, that's fine. But the polyominoes that we build do not overlap with the weird cells, do they? So they don't overlap with the X's and the 8th of Junes. So all of these are... Let's make those black. I don't know if that's going to be... No, that works. That works okay. I mean, the grey one is going to be a bit close to the black colour, but what we've got to do is build these specific polyominoes. So we've got an L pentomino, so an L is that, an N is that. This is where the recent KNT puzzle will be helpful. A P is that, looks like a P. A Z is that, or that if you prefer. A U, okay, a U, a V, a Y pentomino is that, and a 2x3 rectangle, which is that. Okay, but we can rotate these, can't we? So they don't have to be exactly this shape. But let's start to build these and see what we get. So all of these have to grow. That one's got to grow, that one's got to grow. This one has to grow. Right. Well, there's no I pentomino. So this shape here can't go there. So I think it's got to go there, and that one is an L pentomino, and it's finished. So this one has to turn, because everything is at least a pentomino. The one that isn't a pentomino and is a hexomino is a 2x3 rectangle, and actually none of these at the top can be that. So this orange one goes here. The yellow one here has to get out. What joins to that is my next question. Because every cell in the grid has to join to one of the shapes that we've coloured in. Yeah, what one does that join to? It joins to this, I think. Nothing else can reach it. So that's red, which means that... So those two are both red. Now, 1, 2... Does that have to be red is the question. Yeah, if that wasn't red, if this was some other colour, the only way red could join up was in a 6-cell shape that isn't one of the specified shapes. So that's red. Right, this is quite cute actually, because now this red region is a Y pentomino. Because it can't be an L. We've had L. So it can't be, I can't take that cell or that cell. But I can actually have Y. I can have Y in 3 different... Oh, no. This can't be it. I couldn't have this one as red, because that one's now isolated. So that's wrong. So it's that one or that one is the extra red. So if it's this one, the blue one would be a V. And this one would go here, and that couldn't be an L. Oh, that could be a Z or a U. Ah, okay. But if it goes there, well, if it goes there, this one would have the opportunity to be the 2x3. But hang on. Maybe we need to use a secret. Yes, I'm going to use a secret. So the secret is something I tell only my very favourite people. If you're watching this video, you're definitely one of my favourite people. But the secret isn't the normal secret, is it today? The normal secret is the sum of the digits 1 to 9. That's 45. Today the secret is 28. Sum of the digits 1 to 7. That's what matters in this puzzle. So how could this be a 2x3 rectangle? Because if this is a 2x3 rectangle, these digits are all different and have to sum to 20. But that's impossible. Because if we know all 7 digits in this puzzle sum to 28, the implication is that the missing digit from this 6-cell region, don't forget it must be 6 different digits, so by the rules, I'm just checking that as let me check that. I'm sure I sort of took that in as I read the rules. yeah, digits can't repeat within a polyomino. So the digit that would be missing is an 8, but there are no 8s in the puzzle, so this cannot be a 2 by 3 rectangle, which means, well, what it means is that this is a whatchamacallit, it's a pentomino, and it's missing 2 digits that sum to 8, which is going to be either, well, there's lots of ways, isn't there? 1, 7, 2, 6, or 3, 5. But knowing it's not that, does that mean this? Yeah. Okay, so I see. This square is not red. I want to say it's got to join this, actually. Because if this... No, actually I'm wrong. I'm not sure. Sorry, I'm not sure. I think this square, it can't join here. It can't join grey because that would be an L and we've already had L. So it's either red making a Y or it's green. But if it's... Yeah, you could make that a Z, or oh, look at that, you could do a Z there and a V there. No, sorry. I thought I might be able to do something a bit cleverer, but actually my brain is being difficult and not coming up with clever ideas. Okay, so let's try something different. I'm trying to. Oh, that could be a P then. Oh no, hang on. No, okay. This one might be able to be the 2 by 3 rectangle, but if it is, it's not that shape. Because if it was that shape, we would leave the wrong number of cells behind. In the sense that here I could put a pentomino. That's fine, but I've got 2 cells here, and I could only put one of them into red, so that's not going to work. We're going to isolate a cell if we do that. So actually the only way that this could be, it does work, doesn't it? This could be a 2 by 3 rectangle, that could be a P pentomino, and then that can be a Y. So that's probably right. Okay. That goes there, that would be an N. All right. This orange one, I should say, that's definitely orange. This orange one doesn't go there. Because if it does, this forces the blue one to be an N pentomino. And now this can't be another N pentomino, so it can't take this square. And there's no other pentomino it's allowed to be. It can't be a W, that's not one of the listed pentominoes. And it can't be an F, because that's not one of the listed pentominoes. So it would be stranded. So this square is not orange, so that square is orange. Now this can't be here, because that would create an orange L. So it's either... Well, it's one of these two. This one either is a U and takes this square, or it's a Z and it takes that square. But does that mean this is getting cluttered now. This is getting very cluttered. That looks very difficult to me because of this square. That square now has to be yellow, because if it was purple, yellow couldn't grow and reach a size of 5 at least. So that would be a yellow region. And now this region, I suppose it could... No, I've got to be very careful now because I've got the wrong number of cells up here. So, hang on, those would be purple. Oh, that would be an N now because it couldn't be a V because we've already had V. So that would be an N. This would be grey. No, that doesn't work because this one here can't be another V, so it has to be an N. This cell can't join to purple because purple can't be a hexomino unless it's a 2 by 3 rectangle, so it has to join to grey, And this shape is no good, because we can't make N, we can't make W. That doesn't work. If we make N, we've got two N's. So actually, it was a bit more complicated than I at first thought, but that's not orange, so that's orange. And now, oh, this is a P. That's all it can be. Sorry, that was probably a simple way of seeing this. It just has to be a P. Okay, but that's a U. Okay. See, this one could be the 2x3 rectangle now if it goes like that. Although, no. Well, actually, maybe. Yeah, because I haven't done V. Right, well, that's interesting. So now we've got a job, because I can actually see that this could work. I can fill the grid if this is correct. Because what I can do is make that a Z, that a V, and this a Y, and that an N, and I've filled the grid. So there must be a way. So that's going to be the solution, because there won't be two ways of doing this. Well, unless this puzzle is hard, which it could be. So our job now is going to be to work out. We've probably got the wrong. That's clearly impossible. Oh, but wasn't... Hang on. Yes, this is better now. Because we've used P down here, how does this become the 2x3 rectangle? This is the key. It can't be the 2x3 rectangle. Because it can't be this, because this would be another P. And it can't be this, because the modulus is wrong. We've got 5 cells here, and we'd leave behind a cell here. So this is not the 2x3 rectangle, and the only colour that can be the 2x3 rectangle, I think, is that one, which means this is blue. This now has to be Y without stranding anything, so it has to be this. And then we can see we've still got to put a Z pentomino in and a V pentomino, and the only V pentomino that's possible is that. So that's the division. We've done the division. It's taken a little time, but now what do we do? So now the 2x3 rectangle is in purple. Now we know that's missing one digit, so it's missing a 3 because all of the digits add to 28. This adds to 25, so there is no 3 in here. No. Right. All of the pentominoes, though. Well, this pentomino and this pentomino are very interesting. No, you can't make jokes about how interesting I am on my birthday. The reason this is interesting is that's missing 2 digits that sum up to 3. Well, what can that be? 2 digits that sum to 3. This must be missing 1 or 2. 1 and 2. This must be missing 1 and 2. Hang on. Oh, hang on. Right. Right, there's a couple of things here then. This is also missing 1 and 2. Right, okay. So, okay, I've seen a few things here actually. There's a few things we can do. So if I was Mark, I'll do it. I'd do that. That's what Mark would do. Because these cells none of these can be 1 or 2. Now what I'm seeing there is that I have to put 1 and 2 in column 5. I have to put 1 and 2 in row 3. I have to put 1 and 2 in row 2 as well. There may be more things we can do than that. But the other thing I noticed is this is a 15 cage. 15 in 5 different digits. That must be, the triangular number for 5 is 15. So these have to be a 3, 4, a 3, 4, 5 triple. Don't put 8 in that cell or we will get the puzzle wrong. There's no 3 in here. No, that's not it, is it? What about... oh. That's an odd digit. That's an oddball. I'm very, very well acquainted with this one's characteristics. That's a 1. It can't be a 2. So that's a 2 by Sudoku. Is that good or bad? I was about to say that we've got to put 1 in there, but we don't, because this isn't a region. got to be careful there. That could be a 1, or at least I think it could be. Because the black region, all we're saying there is that these cells weren't overlapping with the pentominoes and the hexomino. Okay, what do we do now? We could... no, that's not a very good idea, is it? Sorry, I'm not seeing this yet. I mean, there are some things I can see. Like this digit has to appear in red because it's one of the digits 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So those two digits are actually the same. Actually, I will notate that. I don't know how hard this puzzle is. So if it's very difficult, we might have to do things like this to solve it. So that digit is now one of those two squares in blue. 1, 3, 5, and 7 for the odd digits. Are any of these other totals interesting? 20. This one was missing 2 digits that add up to 8. So it definitely contains a 4, for what that's worth. The 22 is missing 2 digits that sum to 6, so it is missing either 1 and 5 or 2 and 4. Ah, wait a minute. Well, hang on, there's something going on the 45 diagonal, because it suddenly occurs to me that the 7 times 7 is 49. So okay, yeah, the most this diagonal can possibly sum to is 49. And that would be if we put 7 in every single cell. Now, actually, we nearly can. We very nearly can. The only place we have a problem there is here, because those two can't both be 7, because they're both in blue. So actually, we're quite close. There's only 3 degrees of freedom, because if this was a 6-7 pair, and everything else was 7, the diagonal would sum to 48. So we could reduce 1 digit to 4. So, maybe it's 1s and 2s then. There's definitely no 1s and 2s on this diagonal. Yeah, there we go. So we can't put 1 or 2 in any of those squares, because the diagonal won't work. And therefore, where are 1 and 2 in this diagonal? And the answer, this is good. Yeah, this is good. They have to be there, and now that one is odd. So that's 1 and that's 2, which means that's 2. That's 1. Okay, so this digit, we're going full Goodliff here. That one is also a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 digit. Oh, well. Okay, here's a subtle point. Where is 2 in column... I was about to say column 9, but it's column 7. Where is 2 in column 7? And the answer is in one of these 3 squares. Now remember, when we looked at this little dogleg region here, we worked out it was missing 2 digits that add up to 8. Well, it's not missing 1, 7, and it's not missing 2, 6, so it is missing 3, 5, look. So these are from 2, 4, 6, and 7. Which means, well, what does it mean? Not sure. But hang on, that digit, no, this is not true even. Oh, it's nearly useful. These aren't a 2, 4, 6, 7 quadruple though. They're 3 of the digits 2, 4, 6, and 7. Okay. We could... We could, all right, I'm going. This might be overkill, but I'm going to try it. We could do a trick, couldn't we? The final 3 columns of this puzzle ought to sum to 84, I think, because each column individually is going to sum to 28. Now, if these sum to 84, and we've got 70 in the coloured squares, and another 6, 76. So these 2 squares add up to 8, and they don't include 1, and they don't include 2 by Sudoku. So this is a 3-5 pair. There we go, and that means we are going to get a 3 in the corner, because we are either there or there. There, I've said it. Now. That didn't actually, it didn't do it though, did it? It did a little bit for us, but not enough. Does it matter? There's no 1 in this region. So there's no 5 in this region. That's nearly it. Well, so these digits are from 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. And there's no 2 in the bottom row. Which is almost of interest. There's no 3 in here, is there? Yeah, it's not. It's definitely not trivial. I don't think we could describe this as being a trivial puzzle. I'm having to think, actually. Being made to think on your birthday. Can you believe it? It's probably this. Hang on, it's this diagonal. Can we really put 3 in the corner here without taking all the degrees of freedom away? No, is the answer. Because we're at 48, aren't we? Because of this, the fact we can't double 7 this. So we could reduce a 7 in another position to a 4. And that would be okay, but we can't reduce anything to a 3, so this has to be 5. This has to be 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. Okay, let's pencil mark those. That, in fact, this being a 5 has actually used up a lot of the degrees of freedom. Yeah, it must be this diagonal, because now, even if this is a 6-7 pair, 49 would be the maximum, so we'd be at 48, and then deduct another 2, we'd be at 46. So we can reduce one other cell by 1. So this cannot be a 4, which means that cannot be a 4, because the 4 in green now must be here. So these 2 digits are the same. That might be worth thinking about in a few minutes. This definitely cannot be 3, 4, or 5. Oh, right, I've got a 6-7 pair out of nowhere in grey now, so we might as well use that. That's a 3, 4, 5 triple. So this is a 6 or a 7. Let's keep going. These, well, we could reduce one of these. Yeah, the problem here is this could be a 7-5 pair, and that would have the same effect. It would knock 1 degree of freedom off, wouldn't it? So what we couldn't have there is a 6-5 pair, I don't think. 35. Although my maths is now. No, maybe. Oh no, hang on. So 7, 7. I don't think we could, but 21, 28, 38, 44. No, my maths is sensible. There is definitely a 7 in one of those squares. So this is 6 or 7. And this is 6 or 7. So maybe we have to... what do you think? Do you think we have to colour 6s and 7s or something? Possibly. Let's... oh, I don't know. Or 1s and 2s, can we do better? Oh, no. I was about to say 1 and 2 in this column, but that's because I was neglecting this square, which can take a 1 or a 2. Otherwise we would be confining the 1s and 2s to just those 2 cells. That can be a 1, unfortunately. I mean, let's label it up. It's 1, 5, or 7. Have I forgotten any other rules? That's very possible. The small number in the top left corner of the cage is telling me... Okay, digits can't repeat. There may be an intentional 3 in the corner. We've done that. There are the oddballs. We've tried to use those. No, I think all the rules are there, aren't they? So what we've got to do instead is think about other things. Now, where do we look first? Let's think. These are 6, 7 pair. You can't make that a 7, but that would take 2 degrees of freedom off the diagonal, because we can't have 2 6s in both of those positions. So that's definitely not a 7. So this is 3, 4, or 5. That's almost so close. If that's a 6, it would work, because that would be double 7, and that's much more sensible, isn't it? If this was 6, that would be 6, which would be, well, take a degree of freedom. That would be 7. Yeah, that doesn't work. Oh no, that might work, because that just takes 7 out of this, but providing this is 7, I think we're still in good shape. Okay. Alright, so I've got to think harder again. Where should we look? This one... Oh, you know what we could do? You know what we could do, I've just thought. I mean, it's crazy. But I could add up the whole grid. Yeah, I could do that. I'm not embarrassed about doing that. That could be what I'm meant to do. Because all I'm thinking is I can absolutely know for certain what all of the coloured cells add up to. I know what the whole grid adds up to. Well, I don't yet, but I can work it out, I think. Because what we've got is 28 times by 7, which is 210 minus 4. I've done that sum recently. 210 minus 14, 196. So 196 is the total for the entire grid. There was a puzzle. Oh, was it the prime number puzzle I did the other day that had that multiplication in it? I think it was. So 196. Now, what have we got here? We've got loads of 25s. That's 100 straight away. 142, 157, 158, 178. So 178 plus another 14 is 192. That's beautiful. So these squares add up to 4, and I can do that. It can't be 4 and 0, can it? So it's 3 here and 1 here, and that's doing some work. I don't know if it's doing enough work, but it's doing something for us. So this doesn't become 2 anymore. 2 can only go in there in yellow now. These are no longer 3, so that's 3. This is not 3. That's not 3. It would be a lovely thing if this cracks the puzzle open, wouldn't it? So that's no longer 2. We know that this doesn't have 3 in it at all. 3. Where's 3 in column 3 now? It can't go there, and we know it's not allowed to be in purple, so it goes here. Which might be handy. Don't know. Where is... So these squares are these... Oh, where's 1 in this row? 1's quite restricted. It's in one of those squares. Still can't quite do it. this digit is the same as this digit. And that digit is the same as that digit. And these are different digits. So these are different digits. But doesn't that take away the degree of freedom on the diagonal? Yeah, what I'm saying is it possible for both of these to be 7? And it's not. Because if both of these were 7, where would you put 7 in column 7? There's nowhere for it to be. So these can't... Oh, that's lovely. So you can't put 2 7s here. So now, in terms of this diagonal being a continuous sequence of 7s, well, it can't be here. These can't both be 7s. And it can't be here. And that takes another 2 degrees of freedom off. So that's all 4 degrees of freedom, reducing the 49 max to 45. And everything else must be 7. So this is 7. And this is 7. So this is not 7. This is not 7. And that being 7 takes 7 out of here. Right. Has that helped us? That's not 7 in the corner. That's not 3. 3. Let's be careful. 4, 5. Oh, yeah, no. Nearly. I'm still being slow. I'm sorry. Birthday brain. You have to forgive me. That's the rules. Oh, right. I've got a 3, 4, 5 triple there. I've just noticed. That must be helpful, he says, without really much hope. So this 3, 4, 5 triple, is it doing anything really good? Nearly, but not quite. So these are... I am getting full... I'm going full pencil mark today. That's... Neither of these can be 7. Which is almost good, isn't it? But not quite good enough. Is it something to do with... See, I have got a lot of 2s in this grid. Where have I not put 2s yet? Oh, I see. I've basically got a domino here and a domino here that have to be 2s. Oh, don't I? I can't put 5 in there now, can I? Because we've lost a degree of freedom here. So this has to be 6, 7. That could be it. Right, there we go. So now this is definitely the digit A by Sudoku. This is definitely not a 6. This is definitely not a 6 or a 7. There's a 4, 5 pair in this column. That becomes a 6. That might be good. Don't know. What about... I'm still stuck. No. So this is 6, 7. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 is the degrees of freedom we're losing. If that's 6, 7, that square there is obviously not 6. So this square is 4, 5 or 6 by Sudoku. Can we do anything clever with that? Maybe, but I'm not seeing how to. What about maybe if I double click 3s, we'll find some joy with. So there is definitely a 3 in this domino. There's a 3 in this triomino. And 3 in column 2 is in one of those squares, so it's not quite good enough. Okay, 7. Oh, look how badly I'm doing with these 7s. I'm doing appallingly badly. But these digits are all the same. So can we play some game with... Oh, nearly. I was wondering about... Because that digit does have to be in here. So it's clearly in one of those two positions, isn't it? Let's just have another look at that. Those three digits are all the same. Well, how could... No, they can all be 6s, providing the other digits are then 7s. Yeah, so perhaps I do have to keep a better track of these. So let's try and do this. So we'll go, this one's B, which means this one's B. Now, does that go any further? That one's B. But B is 6 or 7. So where is B here? Do we know or not? Yeah, interesting. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so look at this. B, which is in those two squares, must make an appearance in red, but the only two cells it has available to B are in cells that can't be 7s for some reason. So B, we've suddenly worked out, is 6, which means all of those become 6, which means A becomes 7, 7. A becomes 7. There was another A. That's a 7. So this diagonal hopefully now does add up to 28. It does. It adds up to 45. So that's good. Now this square is not 6 or 7. It's not quite a 3, 4, 5 triple. I thought it might be. These squares are no longer 6. That's not 6. 4, 5 pair in this column. That's going to be good. So that's 1. That's 6. This is 2. That's 4. That's 7. These squares now lose their ability to be 4. That's a 3, 5 pair, making this a 6. This is a 4 or a 5. 4, 5. So this is the only place for 6 in the top row. I have a feeling it's going to crack now. 4 here, 7 here. 1, 2, 5 into this. This is a 5, so that's a 4. So this is a 2. This is a 1. This is what a beautiful present. Honestly, I mean, it's a very interesting puzzle. This has not been put together without a great deal of thought, and that, I mean, isn't that the best type of present? Something that somebody's actually thought about. It must have taken you ages to make this, Peter. It really is so kind of you. And I've just got to finish it now. I've just got to finish it. So how do we do that? Is there anything I've not used? Yeah, there's a 5 here. So that's a 4. That's a 5. 3, 4, 5. That's a 3. That's a 4. That is a 3. That's a 4. That's a 5. And that's a 5. I don't know whether the answer is going to be built in. It is correct. What an absolute pleasure that was. Absolutely fantastic. Peter, thank you so much. I mean, I hope it's not considered indulgent. I don't think it should be for me to do a puzzle related to my own birthday, because that puzzle was great. That puzzle deserved to be on Cracking the Cryptic, whether it was for my birthday or not. It was really, really interesting, with loads of different steps, a bit of mathematics here and there, some good Sudoku. Yeah, it's a fabulous puzzle. Absolutely fabulous puzzle. Thank you, Peter. Really appreciate it. And let me know how you got on with the puzzle. Enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.